Okay, good evening. Amitoho Navodaya Sanjela Chaselo. And okay, so we start our studies. For 1 or 2 hours here, and so please sit, make yourself comfortable, and enjoy enjoy your contemplation and the studies on this the most profound teachings. All teachings of Buddha is profound. Particularly this part of teaching is more profound because the last kind of finalized Buddha's explanation of more definitive meaning of definitive meaning, ultimate truth. So this Shastra commentary explains explains teachings the Buddha taught in like many different sutras, including King of Samadhi and the Lankavatara, I think, and Great Cloud, and so on. There's Sonji Wajujo Buddha and so on. There are like many in Tibetan. I don't know how to say those titles in Sanskrit. So meaning of these sutras. One of them is like King of Samadhi. So we do these studies, we understand a little bit about teachings taught in Uttaratantra, and then after that, if we meditate, the most kind of advanced way of meditation is taught by Buddha, and then practiced by many of those enlightened masters, practiced and achieved those awakened mind. That is Mahamudra, right? Mahamudra and also Dzogchen is similar. Then we can understand this meditation, how to meditate, and foundation of a philosophy of the meditation view. We can understand more clear, and then our meditation can be deep, profound, and more effective. As how do you say? J. Gambupa. I'm trying to say it in English, but it's strange. So J. Gambupa is the Gambupa, Master Gambupa, the founder of the Gurju tradition, right? One of the most important enlightened masters from Tibet. Gambupa mentioned there's our practice that this Uttaratantra is the view and the philosophy of the Mahamudra teachings is maybe saying this way is better. Mahamudra teachings is the philosophy or view is based on Uttaratantra. And also then if we understand Uttaratantra, then I think Uttaratantra is Uttaratantra is like a bridge between Sutra and Tantra, actually. If we wanted to really understand Tantra and the Tantra practices, then if we study Uttaratantra, then this will then after that we study and practice Tantra, then we will understand better the Tantra practices. Because in Tantra, it talks about the clear light mind, right? Clear light mind also. And so that's the most important, important element or important point or essence in Tantra practice, clear light mind. So long time ago, Master Gambupa, during Gambupa's time, so Gambupa had many thousands of hundred thousands of disciples. Among them, three really superior students, disciples. And these three superior students, they were already enlightened, kind of achieved, accomplished. So become a Siddha, right? Siddha is, they achieved Siddhi. Siddhi is accomplishment. Siddha is who accomplished. So accomplished their students. That time they were, so they did some kind of feast offering, called offering. That time they made actually some barley beer. Usually the monastery monks are not allowed to drink beer, but these are in a very advanced, the enlightened masters, like a kind of a sometime in a, I don't know, in Tibetan we don't use really this kind of word, but I think now in English, like some Westerners use crazy wisdom. So this kind of the three already kind of like a crazy wisdom. Highly enlightened, awakened, it really doesn't matter of this small manner, kind of a contact thing, things like that. But they made a beer, that barley beer for offering to the Idam and the Dakinis and like that, practice chop offering. So the one went to fetch some water, right? He just brought water like with a finger or something, like the water just came by itself. And the one fetched some firewood, and he was firewood, just wood, he chased the wood, he didn't carry them. They just came and like you were chasing cows. And then one made the fire, and then just made without a lighter or matches or anything, just make a fire like that, and then made a fire, and then made some beer, and then they make a feast offering to Idam and Dakinis, and then they did a dance, some kind of Dharma, wisdom kind of a dance with Dakini offering kind of a dance. So according to monastery rules, all that is against the violated monastery rules, dancing and then making beer and all these things. So discipline must kick them out from monastery, removed. So that time in the morning, Gambupa was meditating in his room, and then he saw something is not a good sign. What is happening? Like all the birds leaving the region, and all the kind of trees even bended some towards another, one direction. So Gambupa asked attendant, what is happening in the monastery? Check. And the attendant went there and they checked, and so that's a situation. Brought the message to Gambupa, and then Gambupa said, "Oh, that's not good. So I myself have to go and bring them back." They were kicked out and so leaving. And the Gambupa went there, and then there's a mountain, and top of mountain they were going down towards, so leaving the monastery. And then Gambupa sing a song, Dharma song. So the son, my children, children means Dharma son, sons, don't go down and down. You must climb up and up, go up and up. Don't go. Something, it's a very poetic writing, so I don't know exactly how to translate. Something, don't go away, come up. Don't go down and come up. And do you remember long time ago, there's one Buddha's time, once in Buddha's time. Then Buddha taught King of Samadhi Sutra to millions of people, thousands of people. I think it's a big amount, a huge amount of people. At that time, then Buddha asked, who will spread these teachings in the future? In the future, and that time, this Daoishan, Bodhisattva youthful moon, yeah, among the audience stood up, and then I take that this commitment, and I will in the future I will spread the meaning of this King of Samadhi Sutra and help sentient beings to liberate from samsara. So then at that time many others stood up, and then I'm going to support and join with support him and do the same thing. Many of them said. So that time Bodhisattva youthful moon, yeah, that there was him, Gambupa was me, and you are those people who promised in front of Buddha, then I'm going to support him. So why now you are going away and going down and down? So don't go down and down, climb up and come back, and still we need to do a lot about the Dharma and benefiting sentient beings. Like that's usually the beautiful song writing. In a monastery, when we read this song of this Gajjung Guru songs, among the one part is this Gambupa song, and many people usually cry when reading the song. But what I'm trying to say is, so we are like according to this kind of story, maybe I'm not saying we are like Gambupa, his like superior students, but we been able to have very good sonam, yeah, sonam. No, not say good karma. Good karma, it sounds like a very cheap word, cheap word. So better say sonam. I think we have this good sonam. Good sonam is that's fortunate, yeah, fortunate enough to be able to encounter these profound teachings of Uttaratantra, that is Uttaratantra, and also not only encounter, but actually we have opportunity to study and contemplate on. So that must be also, there's maybe coming a connection in previous lifetimes, that maybe then when Gambupa has a beautiful moon, yeah, they're making promise, maybe we were the ants around there, Oh, ants here, like I'm going to do that, tiny sound. I was just kidding, maybe we were humans around there, some of them. Anyway, we maybe previous lifetime, they definitely have a great sonam, merit of good karma fortune, to be able to connect and be able to study this Uttaratantra teachings. So that's what actually point is, that what I'm trying to say. Okay, so yeah, this practicing lineage through Mahamudra practicing lineage, that they realized, they understood this meaning of the Uttaratantra, and not only understood intellectually, but this Gajju lineage is as well known for passing directly, like a direct transmission, wisdom to wisdom. Like, last time we talked about the two kind of yeshe, right? Directly from Yeshe, not only intellectual level, but really transforming, not transfer the Yeshe from teacher to student to that to another student like that. And I personally think Uttaratantra is very interesting and important, and it's really fascinating studies to study. It's all talks about myself, right? Ourself, like yourself, myself, all what I actually in a relative sense what I am, and in ultimate sense who I am, and how I stuck in samsara, and how I can be liberated from samsara. And if I liberated from samsara and I achieved Buddhahood or enlightenment, then what is Buddhahood and enlightenment is actually or look like. And before that, in samsara, then actually how that happened and where I came from, and so if I don't achieve that Buddhahood, then if I continue staying in samsara, then what it look like, and then how to achieve that Buddhahood, enlightenment, and progress, and step by step, and all that. Then all that is explained here. In not only we have to believe, but actually there's when we contemplate on, then it's totally makes sense, and that is like a most best kind of explanation we can actually we can I think we can find about ourselves, observing, trying to understand our own me and my life and what is all these things. And then in Uttaratantra this explains all that. So what who we are, what we are in relatively then we are the ultimately is the first, I think maybe easier this, maybe should say first, ultimately is we are we're the enlightened awaken that mind here we call mind, but it's not really like a mind the way we have right now. It's awakened mind, right? And that's its enlightenment nature. That's a true kind of true and ultimate aspect of ourselves. Then, but that's our enlightenment nature, that clear light mind, Dhammakaya, that is got obscured, that by ignorance, true obscuration, right? Before cognitive obscuration and klesha obscuration, this obscured. Then because of that, then we experience samsara. Then we in samsara we appeared, like sometimes we appear like a human, sometimes we appear like a baby, then we appear as adults, then we appear the old, then we appear living the life, right? Then we appear again some another different kind of life form, and so on. We change in different forms, appearance, and then we experience these difficulties through this, all that continue like that. That is called samsara. And then, but then that during that whatever happens to us in a relative level, but our ultimate nature is never change. Yeah, never change, never can affected by relative level of this changing, occurrence of changing. Ultimate levels are never changed, but it's in a hidden way that way. And that is, since our samsara is started, is since we got that stands or obscurations, then, but then the obscuration itself is not something that is solid, and not something even really existed. It's, you imagine like attachment, anger, and ignorance, all that, there's no solid, some kind of a substantial existence there. You know. Those are the obscuration, right? That, so we cannot experience Buddha nature. And then when we, that because of this not solid or substantial existence, so that's what we call advantageous mental stain. You know, our mind has a stains. These stains are advantageous, means temporary, removable, can clean up, removable stains. Yeah, these are mental advantages. These stains. So we this stains doesn't go away by itself, themselves. So we have to do some you know, cleaning up process. So that is called Dharma, right? Path, the way we create sonam and we create yeshe. Actually, main thing, very simple. This on path, what we do is we do two things. We strengthen our sonam and we yeshe, yeah? Strengthen, or sometimes they translate like accumulate yeshe or sonam. So we make a create more and more sonam, and then we create, strength, more yeshe. At the same time, create a strength. Yeshe means that when yeshe is go up, and then ignorance is go low, down. Degree of ignorance. Same like light. When you light, the brighter light become, the weaker darkness goes weaker, right? Then darkness goes weaker, then stronger, then light has to become weaker, right? Similar like that, yeshe gets stronger, then ignorance is, goes weaker. You know. Finally, then all the ignorance is eliminated. Then yeshe is completed. By itself, there's a primordial, means from beginning we already had it. It's not something newly created. It's already there. Only thing is ignorance is removed. Then yeshe is there. Then that yeshe is called, then become Dhammakaya. Yeah, Dhammakaya. But when we are, when that yeshe is a hidden way, existed as we are right now, then it's called Buddha nature. Buddha nature, yeah. Yeah. Again, that Buddha nature itself is not something like a solid kind of a substantial thing, because if we think solid, some kind of a substantial thing, then it's also wrong, become like a Atma, like soul. It's not like Atma and soul, like that, yeah. It's so, okay, I just wanted to say that, but that's not very just easy to understand immediately. I don't expect you to understand clearly right now at the moment, yeah. I just want to mention that. So this when we have a Buddha nature, it's called Buddha. That our ultimate nature, that is when you are something where your nature, for example, in your nature, when you are you have a small when you are 5 years, when you are 1 month, after birth, born, yeah. Then, for example, you have the same nature, same kind of mind, right? Mind, but we call you baby, right? And then when you are like 5 years old, we call it child, right? Then when you are 15, we call teenager, right? Then around 30, then adult, right? Then after some years later, then we call old, right? But still, there's some kind of same nature, it's continuing nature. That's why you remember, oh, when I was a child, right? You don't say I'm a child. You say when I was a child. But the I and there's some kind of mixed past, so similar nature. And then whole thing that you think is you call it you, right? I was a child. I was the teenager. I was adult, like that. I don't know if this example is a good or not, but hopefully make you understand. I'm saying this is example just from myself, not sutra mentioned. But so what I'm trying to say is when Buddha nature, when you are in samsara, that really true nature of yourself, we call Buddha nature, yeah. And then when you are awakened, when you are enlightened, then we call it Dhammakaya. But it's the same thing, but it's because of with stain, your true nature, ultimate nature of yourself has a stain. We call Buddha nature, because its nature is the same, but it's with stain. When remove that stain, is called Dhammakaya, yeah? Dhammakaya, stainless. But both Buddha nature and Dhammakaya, both that is whether it is stain is fully covered, that is a sentient being, right? Or on the path like Sangha and Dharma, where Sangha Dharma, yeah, on path halfway is removed, or completely removed in a Buddha state, Dhammakaya. So either wherever this situation is called Dhamma Dhatu, yeah, Dhamma Dhatu. That very ultimate nature, true nature, is called true nature of yourself. Whole thing, this ultimate nature, yeah, is called Dhamma Dhatu. So Dhammakaya, Dhamma Dhatu, Buddha nature. Does it help? Or making you more confused? Or making myself confused? I don't know. Buddhists already said no self from beginning, right? Vulnerable truths, no self. And then Prajna Paramita in the middle, even deeper, is emptiness. Then of course in the end there's a self, then must be there's a contradiction, right? So of course this cannot be self or Atman like that. Not even close. It's far away. This is Buddha nature is a deeper version of the no self and the emptiness, and then even go beyond that. There is Buddha nature. Okay, so now we are going to continue. Maybe before that, briefly, previous 2-3 sessions, if some kind of like a short review, before I ask if Betty can do that. You want a short review? Quickly, I give you 5 minutes. Yeah, come here.
Selama 3 session yang kita pelajari di hari pertama mengenai Uttaratantra yang itu pengajaran Dharma yang tertinggi oleh Buddha Maitreya. Terus yang hari kedua kita pelajari menjelaskan tentang Uttaratantra, yaitu Buddha di stanza 1 bahwasanya dalam Uttaratantra tersebut menjelaskan 7 wajra poin. Terus
don't be nervous. Don't be nervous. Jangan gugup, Ci.
Yang skip itu di hari pertama. Yang di stanza pertama.
Saya nggak lihat tuntutannya, saya nggak tahu.
Dalam Uttaratantra yang secara keseluruhan menjelaskan 7 wajra poin. Yaitu Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, elemen, pencerahan, kualitas dan aktivitas Buddha.
Ngomong. Before, when not many people, she talked and she seems like she know everything. No? What happened? Try again lah.
Rinpoche mengatakan sebelum belum banyak orang ya, Cibeti banyak ngomong ya, kelihatan tahu semuanya. Rinpoche bertanya kenapa? Coba lagi.
Try all these papers quickly. She took note by herself. Quickly read whatever you have read.
Rinpoche bilang baca apa yang Cibeti sudah tulis.
Why suddenly you mix up all your papers?
Jangan campur kertasnya, Ci. 5 menit itu berharga loh.
Why suddenly mix up all papers?
Jangan campur katanya. Apa kertasnya jangan dicampur-campur.
Okay, just right before she did a very good review by herself. Now she I don't know what happened, Betty. She mixed up her notes and then she's okay. Now we so page this is book here, page 115. 115. Yeah, so last time finally is with Buddha. Buddha is the refuge, really refuge. The only refuge is Buddha. There's nothing other than Buddha can be refuge, ultimate refuge. Refuge, because Buddha means when you become Buddha, that is ultimate refuge. Then you Buddha, that when you become enlightened, become Buddha, enlightened. When you enlightened, when you become Buddha doesn't mean you become a Shakyamuni Buddha. Yeah. Doesn't mean you become one of 1,000 Buddhas also. But when you become Buddha means you are enlightened, you become Dhammakaya, you achieve Nirvana. Yeah. Then that is in Tibetan called Misebichap, Tapichap, Yonrokichap. That means indestructible refuge. permanent refuge and refuge for forever. So it's then it doesn't has nature of like getting old, sick, die, and all that doesn't happen. So that's why Buddha is the ultimate refuge. And no die means no birth here. If somebody born, then after born have to die. That's nature. But it has no birth, no getting old, no sick, no death as well. Dhammakaya. Oh, okay. Now this kind of second part. Second part, as the first part is 3 jewels, 3 points, and the second point is the rest of 4 points, 4 Vajra points. Second part, 4 Vajra points here. First, general explanation of this brief explanation of 4 Vajra points, and then. After that, detail explanation of each of them. Yeah. Well, so what is what is we are learning? The main topic is what? Buddha nature, right? Buddha nature, and the explanation of Buddha nature treatise, treatise or Shastra. Is called Uttaratantra, as we're studying, right? And then in Uttaratantra, whole Uttaratantra, there's whole Uttaratantra, the text, commentary, in brief, briefly, the main points. If we mention brief main points briefly, then there are 7 points or 7 subjects. 7 chapters, 7 subject in here, and the first point, then among 7 chapters, 7 points, first point is Buddha, right? Second, Dharma. Third, fourth, element of Buddha nature, and then fifth, enlightenment, and fifth, sixth, qualities, and then 7th or last one, activities, And then first Buddha explained in 6 points, right? 6 qualities, or 6 qualities in Buddha. Yes, I don't know if you remember or not. If you don't remember, that's okay. I think it cannot be remembered everything immediately. But still, then Dharma also there are 6 explained. First 2 and the 2, each of them explained 3 and become 6, right? And the Sangha also explained 2. But Buddha is the first is what the 2 maybe you can explain. Remember, what was it 2? Benefit for oneself and benefit for others. And benefit for oneself explained in 3, and benefits of others explained in 3. So no need, you all remember, I believe. So no need to mention. We don't have time. And then the Dharma 2, right? You remember 2? What are the 2? Cessation aspect of Dharma and path aspect of Dharma. Each has 3, right? Then become 6. And the Sangha also explained in the 2, right? What are the 2? Realization and liberation. And others? Somebody else? Somebody else has any other complaint or objection or agree what Erika said? Realization and liberation, Erika said. Quality and quantity. Okay. Can you mention your name? What's your name? Felix. Felix is very diligent. One of the diligent Uttaratantra students. Yeah, tapping. Quality and quantity. Okay. Felix said quality and quantity. Erika said liberation, realization and liberation. And anybody else want to say? Then someone the Catherine said Catherine says lotus and jewel. Jewel lotus. Sangha is true yeshe, right? Yeshe, that is what is the true yeshe? Yeah, we explain yeshe. Sangha is has a yeshe that. That is actually Phyllis is a question. You're right, but you didn't say, I think, complete. So quality and quantity. Just you say quality and quantity. I think it's not enough to say. I think you have to say, one that understanding of the true nature, and also one that understanding of everything. Yeah. So Chitawa Chimbi Yeshe and Jinyamba Chimbi Yeshe in Tibetan. Yeah. Then after that, what? After Dharma, Sangha, finish. After that, we have why there are three jewels instead of why not four? Why four, five, or one? Why not only one? Why there are three jewels, three refuge we have in Buddhist, right? Why Buddhists have three? Then that is explained, reason. And then after that, three, but all three of them are ultimate refuge? No, then only one is ultimate refuge, that which is Buddha, right? But then in the sutra here not mentioned, but I heard from many great masters mentioned also. Having said that, after that, Buddha is the only ultimate refuge. Having said that, still for us like beginners, Dharma is the actually most direct refuge. Dharma is actually that save us from suffering right now, from beginning, very important. Let's say, yeah. And then of course the Sangha is also important, refuge. Anyway, here truly like I say, refuge, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, we're talking about the true essence of Buddha, Dharma, Sangha is all of the three is referring to the yeshe, wisdom. Buddha is wisdom, Dharma is the also wisdom, referring to wisdom, and the Sangha is also referring to this, just true wisdom, true kind of yeshe. So Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. When we go refuge, we don't go refuge to our object or just material object. Of course, how can a material object can save us, right? Or we don't go to refuge to a person, being, which is equally trapped in samsara, same like us. So here is we go refuge to awaken mind, wisdom, which is Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, all of them liberated from the samsara. So that is a refuge. Yeah. Sometimes some people accuse Buddhist worshipping statue like that, statue worshipper like that. Actually, we don't worship statue. We don't worship a material thing. We pray and we go refuge to enlightened, awakened mind, enlightened beings. That's all. So when we statue is just help us to remember that enlightened being. But we don't really worship the statue. We worship the enlightened being. Same like you have a family picture. When you go travel and you miss your family, right? You have, for example, like a father, or mother. Yeah, most people must be missing mother, mother, father. Mom's picture with you, and you put on table. And then sometimes you speak to mother, and sometimes on the mother's birthday, and then you put a cake in front of the picture, happy birthday, like that. That time, how I can accuse you? You are giving a birthday to a picture, You are not giving a birthday to a piece of paper, right? You are actually giving a birthday party to your mother. But this piece of paper represents your mother, right? Yeah, similar like that. So statues. Oh, okay. So now the next is the last four Vajra points, and the first briefly explains. Briefly explains in general all the four. This rest of 4 points, and then later in detail explanation of each of them. And so first the brief explanation, in general explanation that these 4 points has divided into 4 different division. First this stanza, yeah. Actually, page 115, 115. First, that is these 4 points. Only Buddha can understand these 4 points that it explains. Only this is directly how Buddha can realize. It's only object of Buddha's realization. Say. So it's the virtuous 3 jewels which are rare and sublime arise from suchness with pollution from the one free. I think the verse is not 115. I think 116. 115 is we finished. I think. Yeah. Yeah. Right? We finished, right?
Yeah.
Can you read? I'm not sure if you have to change it.
Yeah. The virtues of jewels, which are rare and sublime, arise from suchness, bound up from pollution, from one free from pollution, from the qualities of unpolluted Buddhahood, and from the deeds of victor. This is the object of those who seek ultimate truth. Oh, okay, that's correct. Yeah, yes. Correct. Today we start from this 115, and it says this first this nature, our ultimate nature, that is with not purified. Yeah, not purified like me. My nature, my Buddha nature is not purified one, right? And then another is purified already without stain. That is Buddha's Buddha nature. That we don't call Buddha nature anymore because there's Dhammakaya, right? And this this Dhamma Dhatu, yeah, this true reality, true nature. That nature, when it has a stain, then we call it Buddha nature. When it becomes free from stain, then it's called Dhammakaya. Then from that Dhammakaya, then it has that qualities of the Buddha qualities. Qualities later in chapter, I think 6 6 will explain qualities. What Buddha has many this unique or the essence and there's great enlightenment qualities. Yeah, qualities, and then from this awakened Buddha quality, from awakened qualities, enlightenment qualities, and then the 8 has ability to liberate sentient beings from suffering. Yeah, so that the power or ability, and all that is that actually can be clearly and realized or seen by only Buddha. Even the arhats and bodhisattvas cannot realize clear, cannot see it clear, see all that is clear. Yeah, of course, then no need to mention of ordinary sentient beings. Okay, what are the 3 jewels? Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. What is Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha? Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha are the result, what we want to achieve. Yeah, our goal is to achieve Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. What it means is our goal is to achieve that awakened mind, wisdom. Yeah, so our goal is to achieve Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Here in Uttaratantra explains in a deeper sense of Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha is not just some kind of protection out there, but our goal to achieve is Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. You will serve, achieve Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So this is the result. And now, in order to achieve Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, you too, yeah, yourself to achieve Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, then you have to rely on cause and condition, cause and condition. Everything cause and condition. Yeah, have to. The cause. What is the cause? The main cause. Cause is the element on Buddha nature. Yeah, Buddha nature element is the cause. What is the condition? Condition is the enlightenment. Rest of the 3. Yeah, enlightenment, or the quality and activity. Yeah, oh yeah, activity. Yeah, activity, quality and activity. These 3 are condition. That is a little bit confusing, right? What means condition? These 3. How come these 3 is become condition? See, I think this when you again before I said just imagine, just think about yourself. It's easier to understand. Like for myself, I wanted to be free from samsara, and I wanted to achieve lasting happiness. Greatest blissful joy and happiness and peace. Then that means I have to achieve Buddhahood. I want to be enlightened. Enlightenment. So Buddha. Yeah. And when in order to achieve Buddha, then I have to remove this my stains, obscuration. Yeah. When I remove obscuration, quite halfway or quite progress, removing obscuration, and then wisdom. I gain wisdom, right? My wisdom become yeshe, become stronger. When processing of that yeshe becomes stronger, that yeshe is can be aspect of Dharma and Sangha. So I am achieving Dharma and Sangha, and then finally I achieve Buddhahood. Yeah, that Buddhahood is how I can achieve. I can achieve because I have Buddha nature. If I don't have Buddha nature, then I cannot achieve Buddhahood. Yeah, this singing bowl cannot achieve Buddhahood. Because what's different me and with the singing bowl doesn't have Buddha nature. Yeah, and me I have Buddha nature. So can achieve Buddhahood. Yeah. Because singing bowl is, I'm not kind of looking down at the singing bowl. I'm not saying singing bowl is some kind of inferior, I'm superior. Singing bowl is because material things doesn't have Buddha nature, and the sentient beings has Buddha nature. So Buddha nature. So I can achieve Buddhahood because I have Buddha nature. That Buddha nature is cause. But since I have a cause only, then difficult to still, even I have a cause Buddha nature, I had that from beginning, cannot, without beginning, I had that, but still I'm stuck in samsara. But how to achieve that Buddha nature? And I have cause, but the cause needs still condition, Then what conditions I need is external, there's enlightenment Buddha, right? Enlightenment, like Shakyamuni Buddha right now helping us. So that's why we can, the Shakyamuni Buddha is a condition, become condition, right? And then Shakyamuni Buddha's qualities, and then Shakyamuni Buddha's activities. This become conditions, so then my Buddha nature and the Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment and the qualities and activities, that all this fall together, then I achieve Buddha Dhamma Sangha. And then when I achieve Buddha Dhamma Sangha, then I achieve everything that is then I achieve lasting happiness and unconditional peace and wisdom and compassion and all the that wonderful qualities in I think a relative level and ultimate level. Then I become achieve some kind of non-dual aspect of true nature. What's it? Dhammakaya. Okay, so the stanza, next stanza is where we are. Next is page 115, last stanza. Yeah, this meaning of this stanza is saying that the latter 4 points. These 4 points are the cause and the condition you to achieve Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So this cause and the condition, this is directly really realizing, seeing or understanding is can be done only by Buddha. No other for us is inconceivable. Cannot be imagined, cannot be really understood. Only this is an object of awakened mind. Only can be conceived or can be understood, it can be seen directly and realized by enlightened, awakened mind. Because why? Because it's inconceivable by 4 reasons, and 4 reasons is explained by following stanza. So you have to know more, then you have to know next stanza, and then there's another question, then you have to know the next. So that's why you have to continue and finish. So the 4 reasons why it's not conceivable for us as an ordinary being. 4 reasons. Yeah? 4 reasons is it says the Buddha element or Buddha nature is pure, and yet it has a defection, affliction, which means a defilement. Buddha nature is, as before we already discussed, it's naturally is pure, right? Pure. Buddha nature is stainless, pure. But then at the same time we say it has advantages. It has obscuration. So it's actually pure stainless, and it has obscuration. That is a contradiction. It sounds like a contradiction, but it's not contradiction. So to clearly understanding that is almost is for our duality kind of a mind is inconceivable. Cannot imagine. It's sounds like a contradiction. Yeah. Pure, but it's similar. Is like this sun in the sky. Today the cloudy and rain lot, right? It was raining, yeah, hujan. When it's hujan, then you cannot see sun. But the sun is stainless. Sun itself is ever covered by cloud? No, never. Cloud is water, you know. Sun is too hot, cannot be covered by water. Water will be burned. Sun is so strong, fire, you know. You can. Cloud is a very soft kind of water, I think. So sun itself never ever can be covered by cloud. It's impossible. No? Similarly, your Buddha nature, awakened mind, is awakened mind. It's never ever can be covered by ignorance or defilement. Same like the sun cannot be covered by water. So in that sense, we say it's pure, never. It's stainless. Sun is cloudless all the time. Impossible sun covered by a cloud, you know. Cloud is water's softest kind of water, and sun is the most strongest fire. You know. Must be very poor. How to say? This is scientific science language. When I call it the sun, fire, and the cloud water, must be very poor terminology. It's like jungle people talking. But it's true, I think. No need to higher kind of terminology, more for confusing. Better just call sun is a fire, strongest fire, and cloud is the softest water, you know. That's impossible they get together, you know. Yeah. So sun is cloudless in that sense, yeah. But having said that, still today, because of a cloud, I cannot see sun. And in that sense, cloud is obviously cloud is obscured me to see the sun. So cloud is obscuration in that sense. So now you said cloud is sun is cloudless before, and now you say sun is obscured by cloud. What do you mean? There's a contradiction, right? Yeah. So similar like that, Buddha nature, awakened mind is itself is stainless, but at the same time, because of the obscuration, that's why I experience samsara. It's obscured. So this is almost like inconceivable for ordinary people. But it sounds like a contradiction, but not a contradiction. So that is a Buddha nature element. That Buddha nature is stainless, but at the same time also stain. So what the two contradictions comes together. That's why it's become inconceivable one. Yeah, Buddha nature. Then the second is Buddha, the enlightenment. Enlightenment, we say enlightenment. This Buddha nature. Enlightenment is from we have this enlightenment nature from beginning. It's already enlightenment nature. But then on the path, when practicing Dharma, we talk about purification, right? We practice 6 paramitas and purify our obscuration. And on one hand, the other hand, we say our true nature is never have any stain, His true nature is enlightenment nature. And then at the same time we talk about the purify and the get enlightenment. So these are two contradictions. There's about enlightenment. There's enlightenment. This second reason is inconceivable. Not two contradictions. It look like a contradiction, but it's not contradiction. Then the third one is inconceivable, but the qualities of Buddha. All the qualities of Buddha is 84 major monks and 32 the monks, and then Buddha's wisdom, complete wisdom, awakened wisdom, that Buddha understands, sees everything vividly at the same time. Or maybe kind of like can be said Buddha manifests himself into maybe billions of himself in 1 second, and helping billions of sentient beings in a second, in billions of realms, and so on. This kind of quality, all this enlightenment qualities, that kind of enlightenment qualities, that is quality is we say right now in your Buddha nature, whatever qualities Buddha has, it has Buddha nature has this all that qualities, all that intact, all that qualities it possess. On one hand, the other hand, these qualities are not visible, not active, not kind of that we can perceive or we can experience until we achieve enlightenment complete. So this is kind of qualities there, but also somehow this not there. So it sounds like a contradiction, but that is about qualities, When it's similar, like when an apple seed, right? You have an apple seed, jagong seed, Apple and jagong is the same, No. Oh, this is a contradiction, Inconceivable, very difficult to understand. Apple is look like jagong, jagong is apple, look like apple. Just kidding. Okay, we can use analogy either apple or jagong, it doesn't matter. Let's say jagong, Jagong, but the apple is better, because apple seed, that seed has already in the seed, all the qualities of that apple tree and apple itself is actually existed in a hidden way, but we don't see it, right? Similar, but when it's grown, then become fruition, then become a tree, and so on. Maybe something similar like that. So this is in us, that all the qualities, everything that the Buddha has, knowledge and quality and power, that is all is existed. It possess. It's a part of our Buddha nature already there. But at the same time, also we cannot experience until we achieve complete enlightenment. So this sounds like a two, look like appears as a contradiction, but not a contradiction. And this is something that our duality mind very difficult to imagine and conceive. That's why it's called unconceivable. Third reason, Okay, now the last one, inconceivable. That reason that inconceivable last one is there's activities, Buddha activity. Buddha's activity is spontaneous. As last time we discussed that not like our activities. Our activities is not spontaneous. We have to put so much effort, and finally, I'm so tired in the last need a cup of coffee. That's why I drink coffee all the time. Not spontaneous. Get so tired and need a cup of coffee. So not so much need so much effort, right? effort. And so Buddha is spontaneous, no need to make plan, schedule, and advertisement, and effort, and no need to support, help, or anything. It's spontaneous, effortless. And also not only spontaneous, effortless, but it's continuous. It's no interruption. For us, like we do sometimes, right? Sometimes very diligent to do something with lots of effort and doing, and then 1 month or 1 year later, and then change. Not doing anymore. I'm not doing this stuff anymore. Doing something else or doing nothing. Not consistent. But Buddha is consistent, not only year or kalpa, but forever. Consistent, continue. There's interrupted. Buddha's activities, spontaneous and consistent. And then also Buddha's activities according to people's sentient beings' level of understanding and the level of whatever they need. Buddha don't teach beginners in order to make the kind of show off, higher things. Or Buddha don't teach very higher level like Avalokiteshvara and Manjushri. They can understand the higher level, just beginner things, make them confusing. Or Buddha don't give you something that is you are not exactly what you need, and so on. Buddha is always on teach perfect level what you need, what you need, and according to sentient beings' need and according to their level of understanding, then Buddha teach. So then from that Buddha liberates sentient beings, countless sentient beings every day, and then from samsara, samsara, lots of sentient beings, not only Medan, then sentient beings, then later. So that is, but at the same time, that's one thing, that's one thing. That is one thing. Buddha liberated all sentient beings in that way. That's one thing. On the other hand, Buddha doesn't have a thought, a plan, thinking, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. Today I'm going to teach Medan people, some Medan people, understand better, this kind of better understanding Medan people. I'm going to teach this maybe about Uttaratantra. And some other Medan people maybe understand less, they're beginners, maybe I just talk about the karma, good karma, do good, be good, and good person, compassion, karma, like that. Buddha doesn't plan like that. Buddha doesn't even think. There's no this kind of thought process in Buddha's mind at the same time. So it's this kind of a thought process, a kind of plan, or this thinking like that, Buddha doesn't have that. So this too sounds like a contradiction. The contradiction about the Buddha's activity. But then it's not a contradiction. So this is something that is very difficult for us to conceive, imagine, to understand. That's the last one. Okay, so also why this are not appears like a contradiction, but why they are not contradiction? We don't have a time to explain, discuss whole detail, but you can read the commentary. It's explained. They clearly explained why it's not contradiction. And then after the next stanza is explains that why this among these 4 points, first the element, right? The element is the cause, and the 3 other points are the condition, cause and the condition. Then the cause and the condition make you to be able to achieve or obtain the result 3 jewels. Yeah. So the next stanza on page, where is the pages? Buddha page 117, yeah, there's a stanza. And then we stop here for, and then next time we, the 4th Vajra point, the element, and then we continue from next time. Have you been able to read some of them? Who has read the commentary?
Siapa yang ada baca kitab komentar?
No, the pages, few pages, not all commentary. Few pages when I ask, I suggested to read. Who have read?
Bukan semuanya, tetapi yang diminta ketika sebelum pulang kan hanya beberapa halaman. Berapa orang yang baca? Read but don't understand.
No, I'm not asking about you understood or not. Have you read?
Tinggilah tangannya.
How many people touched? Have you touched the book?
Berapa orang yang ada pegang buku, menyentuh bukunya?
How many people actually have seen the book?
Yang sudah melihat bukunya?
Be careful, you saw then don't touch.
Hati-hati ya, udah lihat jangan disentuh.
If you touch then don't read. Don't read. Today I should say don't read. Don't read, ya.
Hari ini Rinpoche mengatakan jangan baca.
If you read, you will be in trouble. Don't read.
Kalau Anda baca, Anda akan dalam masalah. Jadi jangan dibaca.
Okay, so if you have a time, then from page 17 to until let's say until around 70 to 25, yeah. 70 to 25, don't read. Yeah. If you have a time from page 17 to 25, don't read, ya.
Jadi kalau Anda punya waktu ya halaman 117 sampai halaman 125 jangan dibaca.
Okay, last, just one question if you have. Other than that, we do the dedication.
Jadi yang terakhir
okay.
Satu pertanyaan, setelah itu kita dedikasi.
One question here, yeah. Oh. Leslie. Yeah. How do you spell F? Yeah. Phyllis and yeah, okay. Leslie, right? It is Leslie. Okay, Leslie, what is the question? Yes, of course, yes.
Speaking is better.
Yeah.
My job is easier.
It's okay, yeah. Bahasa ini.
Saya ingin bertanya tentang bibit kebudayaan. Tadi kan dikatakan bibit kebudayaan itu apabila kita memilikinya maka kita dapat mencapai pencerahan. Jadi bagaimana dengan apakah bibit kebudayaan itu apa enggak? Oh, BKI mau lah. Maksudnya apakah bibit kebudayaan hanya dimiliki oleh orang yang mempraktikkan Dharma dan percaya kepada Buddha? Apakah orang mempraktikkan Dharma untuk juga dapat memiliki bibit kemudahan dan dapat mencapai pencerahan.
I think I understand the question. So, Rinpoche was mentioned about the Buddha nature. Everyone have a Buddha nature, then you have potential to be to get enlightened. And then the question is like, is that Buddha nature also is only in the practitioner, like Dharma practitioner, or other sentient beings also like not yang bukan praktisi, non-practitioner also have this Buddha nature. And if that person is not a practitioner, is that possible for the sentient beings to get enlightened?
Okay, so there's several questions together. Two questions. So first of all, yes, all sentient beings has a Buddha nature. Sentient beings means all the beings who has consciousness, who consciousness. Buddha nature is within consciousness, mind. So all the sentient beings who has mind then has Buddha nature, including animal realm and 6 realms, and including animal means even including insects, and all that has Buddha nature. Then second is if those sentient beings has Buddha nature but not practice Dharma, they can enlighten, right? Not practice Dharma, then enlightenment doesn't come, because that's what happened to us. We samsara so long time ago, before Medan already we started. We are older than Medan. Medan not existed a long time ago. We already started samsara, and still Buddha enlightenment not happened to us. Why? Because we didn't. Fortunately, now we started a little bit, but obviously we haven't practiced enough to get enlightenment. But our existence of samsara, we started so long, even it's scaring that how much we, in the past continued. And so similar, if we not practice Dharma, then it's by itself spontaneous. There's no spontaneous enlightenment. Then I have to go through Dharma practice. Is that answer to your question? No, really. What was that question? Can you say again?
Oh, it says like only people who like have faith to Buddha that can enlighten. And how about like people that have a different religion? Do they have like the Buddha nature?
Yeah. They not Buddha nature doesn't mean only Buddhist has. All sentient beings, all human, doesn't matter what religion, but they all have Buddha nature. Is we don't use the word Buddha, then it's like enlightenment nature. Enlightenment nature, or maybe like a blissful nature or awakened nature. That is all sentient beings has. Whether they are Buddhist or they are human or not Buddhist or Buddhist, they all have. That answers your question, right? One. And the second question, not answer. Yeah, that's okay. What is the second? Second is all that if they are not Buddhist, they can enlightenment. Yeah, that is it's not about Buddhist or not Buddhist. Even we have an ID, I'm Buddhist, it doesn't mean we will get enlightenment. But whoever not eliminated their stand, they cannot be stainless. This stain is need to be removed, right? That Buddha nature is covered by stain. That removing stain, process of removing stain is Dharma. So whoever not practice Dharma, then of course cannot be enlightened, I think, logically. Yeah. said that just being list your identity card saying Buddhist and you cannot. I said maybe that's not enough to get enlightenment. But having said that, I don't mean it's not useful to list yourself as a Buddhist. I think still it's a wonderful making connection to Buddha. You are already accepting yourself a follower of Buddha, and you are accepting yourself as I'm going to practice Dharma, and also you are going refuge to Buddha, Dharma, Asanga. It's the most precious, wonderful thing. Yeah, that's one thing. And then also, not only non-Buddhist, insects like other sentient beings, animals also can become Buddha. No, they are not Buddhist. I mean, they cannot practice Dharma yet. But that right now in this lifetime doesn't mean they cannot practice Dharma forever. This lifetime, maybe they cannot practice today. They cannot practice this year or this lifetime. That doesn't mean cannot practice forever. Or for us, like today we are like appears like a Dharma person practicing Dharma. If we not be careful and be diligent, doesn't mean we will practice continue all the time also. So that's why we have to be inspired, continue be diligent, and continue also to meet authentic, then inspirational, spiritual teachers, being surrounded spiritual friends, and then we need to do aspiration, and may I continue my next lifetime my path to enlightenment. No obstacle like that. Okay, thank you very much.